Here we are at Drew and Annabeth's log home in Forbes Park, a gated community hidden in the southern Colorado Rockies. They own 4 adjacent lots with 6 acres of land. The altitude here is 9,600 feet above sea level. That's 4,300 feet higher than Denver. Thin air and steep slopes. The first cabin they built is on the left, finished in 2006. It's called the main house now. That small unfinished structure that you see right there is going to be the propane tank hut. On the right is a second cabin built in 2012, and the front door is in a passageway between cabins. Drew painted this door forest green the day after filming. It looks really good now. The whole place remains a work in progress. Lots and lots of stuff still needs to be finished, but Drew works on it steadily and surely. We're going to go into the main house now and down to the basement. There's a lot of furniture and stuff from their old Omaha house stored here right now, and that's why it looks so cluttered. This large wood stove heats the entire 3-story structure, and Annabeth likes to cook down here most of the time. The door on the left leads to the bathroom in the basement that Drew just finished plumbing. Now we'll go back to the corner where there's a storage room off to the left across from 2 built-in sets of bunk beds. Right now it's dark and the 4 beds are being used for storage, but you get the idea. Now we're walking back through the basement's main room to the door that leads out to the west side or back of the main house. That's the porch up to the left, and the land back here slopes steeply down to a meadow that's along Forbes Park Road. And now up to the main floor of the main house, assisted by puppies. Drew has little niches and storage crannies everywhere he could find space. Some of them have doors already, some of them don't have doors yet. Here's the pantry, just in front of the main floor bathroom. I didn't film in either of the bathrooms because the generator wasn't running and there's no light in them. Here's the little kitchen dining area, next to a central countertop with cabinets and drawers below. Those coolers are perched on top of the small fridge next to the sink and cupboards area. Okay, that's a propane double burner cooktop mounted on the stone wall. And it's perched above the baking oven wood stove. This is a rare kind of stove that they special ordered. It only has a small firebox, that window on the left, so they don't use it for heating purposes. It has different baking areas for breads and pies and whatnot, but since Annabeth hasn't done any baking here yet, it hasn't been used yet. Next to the baking stove is an old small wood stove that Drew embedded in the stone wall between the kitchen and the master bedroom. They only fire it up when it's really, really cold outside, and it makes the bedroom toasty. Here's another kitchen countertop with microwave and cabinets and drawers, and a cute little sitting area next to a coat closet I didn't film. And now on to the master bedroom. Again, Drew has nooks and crannies everywhere, along with shelves and legitimate closets and cupboards. Now, the circular stairs that lead up to the upper floor came as a kit that Drew assembled, and it was complete with a center post. All the other posts in the house are trees that Drew actually cut down on the property, stripped, and used to build the place. Now, from the main floor, you go out a door and down some stairs to the porch, a large deck on the west side of the main house surrounded by gorgeous forest. There's another propane double burner cooktop out there, and the ginormous round table that Drew and Annabeth built in the summer of 2011. They made it at their home in Papillion, Nebraska, and then drove it out to Colorado, perched on top of the car, with a lazy Susan in the middle. And that's a quickie view of the porch. Next, here we are going up the circular staircase to the top floor of the main house. I have no idea why this mini-vid has such crappy quality, but it does. Sorry. This is the TV room. There's no TV installed yet, but we watched a movie on Drew's laptop last night. And at the north end of the top floor is what will one day be Drew's office. Again, these are crappy images, but you get the idea of how faboo the view is from his desk. The upstairs has a slender deck running along its full length. Storage areas everywhere. And at the south end is a little area where Drew installed a Murphy bed. He built a box that's hinged to the wall, and the mattress is in it, and the whole shebang can be put up against the wall when it's not needed. Next is the deck, which is rather skinny, but up here is where you can enjoy the most majestic views of the mountains. Now we're going back down the circular staircase to the first floor, and let's leave by going through the master bedroom. Yes, I'm filming the floor. That's to show you the slate, and because there is no light in the walk-in closet or the main bathroom. You see that we've arrived back at the entrance to the kitchen, so we're going to turn right to head back down the stairs and around a corner, walking through the passageway that connects the main house to the new cabin. In the basement of the new cabin is a garage, more storage space, more stuff stored. Here's a small wood stove, which is plenty big enough to heat this smaller cabin. Now we're backing up the steps from the basement so we can turn and go up some more steps to the party room. This is the bar that Steve and Jody organized after this vid was shot. There'll be a corian countertop between the cabinets and the drawers. And under dust cloths are comfy chairs and couches, a card table and chairs. There's Grandpa Ed's Faboo driftwood lamp. Basically loads of room for partying up here, hence its title, The Party Room. Now we're heading out of the party room and down around to the passageway, and then we'll go out the front door to do a walk around to the log home exterior. By the way, those are Annabeth's puppies leading us around. Miss Sydney is an Aussie Shepherd, and Mr. Pikachu is a little Pekingese. And here we're heading around to the south end of the main house. That area directly in front of us there in the forest is where Steve and his son Reed cleared a bunch of trees and installed a metal fire pit the day after I shot this footage. They surrounded it with log seats made from the trees they felled. There's the ramp that leads up to the porch. I have no idea what that circular cardboard thingy is for. It was down on the ground the next day with folks walking all over it. No idea what it is. And now we're going to walk down around to the west side of the main house. The day after I filmed this, Steve had arrived with a high-tech cast iron grill and smoker unit that he and Drew assembled amid a lot of swearing and cursing, right next to this cute little old stone grill. This is the first thing that Drew built on the property. It's not large enough to cook for more than a couple people, but it's adorable. Here's a peek under the porch. Obviously, this will eventually be all rocked in. Now we're going to go around and we'll be passing the door that leads out from the main house basement, from which we peeked a while ago. And here's the back of the passageway between the main house and the party room. And more evidence of this being an ongoing construction site. I snagged one more mini-vid after Steve and Jody organized the bar. So here's Jody showing Annabeth what she's done with everything. That's Wanda, our cousin who joined us for a couple of days. You can see things are uncovered. The movie screen has been hung. Propped up against the wall there is an air mattress that Steve and Jody slept on the night before. And that's it for my walkthrough vids. Go to the Fandamily Miller YouTube channel to see mini vids of activities that took place during the 2013 4th of July trip to Drew and Annabeth's cabin.